Welcome to Be Human Fitness. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the 5 exercises that I picked for my hands-on final. And after this, in the preceding video, you're going to see me teaming up with my friends at CrossFit Mob, demonstrating those exercises. Now, starting with the first exercise, which is lower body, I'm going to go with a med ball clean. Now, this exercise calls for deadlifting that med ball up off the ground, quickly catching the ball under, and standing up out of it, and then repeating that exercise. After that is going to be the banded bench press. Now this is going to call for using either a weight plate or a kettlebell on both sides, but you're going to attach those by a monster band. It's going to be a full loop. There's going to be no handles on this band. It's not a resistance band. It's going to be just like a rubber band, the kind that you kind of flick at your friends, when they get annoying. But after that is going to be a pull motion, starting with that pegboard. Now with this, you're using the biceps to keep those arms at a 90-degree angle. You're just using those lats to try to survive and get up that pegboard. Now you'll probably see that on Ninja Warrior in those various stages, but going on to the next exercise is going to be a plank pike. This is going to be a core exercise. Basically from a high plank, basically you're just flexing those hips and dropping back down to a plank. So you're trying to raise that booty up into the sky while keeping the body relatively straight on both sides, upper body and lower body. After that is going to be a stance jack. That's going to be our plyo exercise. Now, this just calls for standing up straight, arms out to the sides, then dropping down into a little bit of a high squat, alternating both sides once you go down. So, from the top, holding to the right, top, and to the left. In the next part of this video, you're going to see the demonstration and the explanation for each exercise.
Starting with the first position, which is the deadlift. I'm deadlifting the ball up, then while the ball is weightless, I'm pulling myself underneath, then standing up out of that to complete the rep, then simply repeating. In the pegboard, I'm trying to get the peg into the hole, which is obvious, but I'm trying to hit the top of the hole to slide the peg in a little bit more easier. I'm also trying to keep biceps at 90 degrees, thus giving me a little bit more edge on that core portion. As you can see, trying to keep at 90 degrees is hard to keep for me. In the band bench press, which is very unstable, I'm just trying to stabilize doing the eccentric motion and the concentric motion, especially trying to keep those kettlebells from creating too much momentum, thus making that wobbly kind of look to that barbell. In the plank pike, I'm basically flexing the hips and sending that booty to the sky, then repeating. From the top position, I'm alternating taps to both sides once I go down to that high squat, then repeating.
In the med ball clean, your prime mover is going to be the glutes. After that is going to be your antagonist, which is the psoas and the erector spinae, just because these are on the opposite sides of that prime mover. Now they're working against it basically, but they're still helping. After that is your synergist, going to be your quads, hamstrings, glute medius, and your traps. Now the traps are because you're deadlifting the ball up and you're activating those shoulders, so you're keeping those active shoulders, still working out the traps. After that will be your stabilizers. This is going to be your adductors, your gastrocnemius, and your rectus abdominis for to keep that chest up. In the banded bench press, your prime mover is going to be your pectoralis major. Now that's just because you're doing that pushing movement. After that is going to be your antagonist, which is going to be your lat dorsi. That's just on the backside for the backside mechanics when you're doing that pushing movement. After that is going to be your synergist, which is going to be your triceps and deltoids. Now this is just helping out the pectoralis major while it's aiding in that pushing movement. And after that is going to be your stabilizers, which is going to be your biceps and your radialis brachii, which is your forearms. Just trying to keep that bar steady as you're trying to lower it down that eccentric phase and concentric phase, especially since you're using a band. Now, in the pegboard movement, your prime mover is going to be your lat dorsi, just because you're doing that pulling down motion. After that is going to be your antagonist, which is going to be your pectoralis major, because it's on the front. You're not really using that at all, just working against it. But after that is going to be your synergist, which is going to be your biceps, rhomboids, and radialis brachii, which is your forearms. Now, that is because of your grip strength, your biceps because you want to keep it in a 90-degree angle, and then rhomboids a little bit helping out with that pulling motion, but also your stabilizers, which are your deltoids and your traps. In the plank pike, your prime mover is the pectoralis major. That's just because you're staying up at top position to that top high plank. After that is going to be your antagonist, which is going to be your lat dorsi and your biceps. That's just because they're working against your prime mover. Also, your synergist is going to be your psoas and your triceps. Triceps because you're staying into that high plank, and psoas just because you're going into that pike position, you're flexing those hips. Also, stabilizers are going to be your TVA, rectus abdominis, hamstrings, quads, and glute max. Now, for the hamstrings, quads, and glute max, that's because you're trying to stay in that perfect pike position, in that perfect plank. Now you're just trying to stay in a perfect line, even though that you go to a pike up. In the stance jack, your prime mover is going to be your glute max. Now that's just because you're going down to that squat and returning to the top position. After that's going to be your antagonist, which is going to be your psoas and erector spinae. That's going to be working on the back side of that glute max. Also, your synergist is going to be your quads, glute medius, and adductors. Now, quads, because you're not going below parallel with the squat, you're just going to a little bit above or parallel with the squat. Now, stabilizers are going to be your hamstrings, gastrocnemius, QL, quadris lumborum, TVA, and the rectus abdominis. Now, that's just because that's stabilizing your core, keep it upright. Hamstrings, just stabilizing those quads and those glutes once you go down to that squat. Gastrocnemius, just being another stabilizer to those hamstrings. It's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If there's anything I missed, just let me know. Pretty happy with how this project turned out in the end, but it's pretty fun putting this together. Have a great day.